Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a very special edition of Worst Week Ever. This is a Worst Week Ever In Focus Spotlight Special with a superstar A-list guest here, Mr. John Corella, who is the founder and the innovator of an exciting new Instagram page / blog that's sweeping the nation, and he's here to debut it and talk about it. So, Mr.
God,
John
I'm
Corella, put your hands
nervous.
together for this A-lister. Don't be nervous at all. Unbelievable. All right, so
What
first
did
of all,
I sign up for?
you signed up for a show-stopping, star-making
are we really
appearance.
live?
We are live on the camera.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
So you
Oh,
are
okay.
So you are the founder of Gayinspire. So tell everyone at home what this is exactly, and then I have some questions from the viewers at home and some very thought-provoking, provocative topics
No
for
provocative.
you. No provocative. Okay,
no
maybe a little,
provocative.
baby provocative.
Just kidding. Just
okay.
kidding.
What do you
know
got
what?
for
I
us?
wanted to do something different. I wanted to start off with a prayer. If that's
Oh.
possible.
Yes, it is
Oh
possible.
my God! What did I sign up
No,
for?
it's possible. Yes, this is good. No,
Good for you. You're gonna get to be serious. This is
Okay.
good. We're gonna see a different side of you.
I know. I've never seen it this side of me either. The serious
Okay.
religious side.
Just a little prayer. It's not
Okay.
a big deal. You know.
Say a little
Pray.
prayer for you.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna
Forever.
lead this.
Okay.
Unless
sorry.
you want to lead it.
No, I wouldn't know how to lead a prayer, so let's.
You prayed before.
Yes.
Everybody's prayed before.
Okay. No, you're right. I'll take this seriously. That's why I'm rolling up my sleeves. Take this seriously.
Okay.
Okay.
How long? Oh my God, 27
Okay,
minutes.
let's go.
It's only been a minute.
Sorry. Yes, I want to
Okay.
come up.
Dear God, I just ask that you come today, Lord, and you just give me the words. And if anybody's watching who is struggling with being gay and with their relationship with God, I just ask that you comfort them and speak to them, and let's have fun. Amen.
How do you don't clap after a prayer?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, that's
Maybe
very
not
exciting.
whatever you want, but
Wait, when you were praying, what am I? I'm Jewish. Jewish people don't pray.
they don't pray at all? Really?
I mean, I don't know. I'm Jewish on paper. I don't really know what Jewish people do either. But when someone in the presence of yourself prays, what do you do? You're supposed to recite.
You
what
just
they-
said something how I think like in the presence, where when you're in the present, that's what prayer usually does, is it brings you out of here into here, your spirit.
Okay.
So meditation, prayer,
Oh.
everything
You know,
like that is a form of prayer. Even, I mean, what do people say? Oh, when they say, "Oh God," you've heard people
Right.
say
When
that.
they like stub their toe.
That's a prayer. I mean, you're
Right.
asking God for help and trying to do that. So I'm a little nervous. This is actually the first time I'm actually coming out again, because I have never shown my face regarding this Gayinspire.
All right, so,
So-
you have yet to tell us exactly what is Gayinspire. So let's hear it.
Well-
Don't be nervous. Also, you have God on your side.
That's okay.
You have,
If I'm nervous, it's not about me. It's
it's
about
not
God.
about you. I agreed. So let's hear it. What do you got for us?
I almost said a pretty arrogant joke there, but that's okay.
Oh my God! Feel free to joke. Feel free to say whatever you want.
No, so I think, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, gay inspire. So to kind of inspire the gay community and inspire anybody, I mean, that's the whole thing. It was something that I kind of came up with for, like anything, I think when you give to people, it feels good and you get back.
Right.
Rather than trying to take. So I think for me, it was a time in my life when I needed some inspiration. So I started this.
And you felt
Program.
that you could be inspired if you inspired others.
That's not the reason.
No,
but,
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
it's the
actually,
reason.
you know what it is?
But it
I
could
felt
have been
like
a secret reason.
I felt like I could learn while inspiring others. Does that make sense? So everything that's on the Instagram page is something that I've learned.
And again,
I'm going through.
So
are you listening to
yes,
me? Are you in the moment?
I'm in the moment. I live in the moment. Every moment, 24/7 of moments. I'm in. The Instagram page for people at home to follow. It's at
Gayinspire.
Okay. So I'm just trying to walk us, because I think we may have, if you went to Gayinspire, what type of content is there for people to give them inspiration?
Well, I'm a gay Christian, so which is like oil and vinegar to some people, So I post a lot of scriptures, but I also love Eckhart Tolle. I love Marianne Williamson. I think we all have access to the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So, but for me, I grew up a Christian since I was probably, I was brought up my parents were Catholic up until 10, but meaning, so I know the Bible. Have I always been like this? No, I'm not a theologian. I'm not a pastor. I'm just a guy who goes to Gold's Gym, lives somewhat in West Hollywood. So that's not my whole thing is not to really preach. I think automatically when people hear gay Christian, or Christian in general, they think someone who's going to preach to them.
Right.
I just think that the community, especially on Instagram, you can go through it and you can see a lot of perfect bodies. Gay men want to have this body. There's a lot of things, content for that. So why not to be inspired?
Right. Through religion. See, the thing...
Not religion.
Through spirituality.
Yeah. Religion is already something that is...
toxic.
I don't like that word.
It's loaded. It's a loaded word.
It is very loaded.
And so we want to unload it or unpack it. So I guess my question is, if you were a gay individual out there saying to yourself, oh... John is a very nice, well-intentioned person, but what he might not realize is that a lot of religious thoughts out there seem antithetical to a gay lifestyle.
What is I don't even know what that word means.
It means opposed, like against one, that incongruous.
Opposed.
So I think some gay people might be out there saying to themselves, well... I'd love to chat with John over coffee, but I don't really want him to tell me anything about religion. Like, what does a gay person need religion for?
Well, first of all, I don't want to use the word religion.
Spirituality.
Because it's loaded.
Okay, so what do they need spirituality
What I try and do is inspire, I would hope to, for me, I'm going to go from me and it's not about religion, it's about a relationship with God. Meaning, when I just prayed here, I felt we were having a relationship, a connection, being aligned with God. So I do think what makes me sad sometimes and unfortunate is gay men struggle with depression a lot, with maybe suicide, coming out,
loneliness, a feeling of lack of worth.
Yeah, that's why they upset, or this is another thing, doesn't mean that you're bad or anything. I'm saying I think what happens is, or alcoholism, people, we're already we can already feel rejected. You turn the news on and we can't even, they make a big thing about the cake, and I don't want to get political here, but
what cake?
The gay cake, and they can't.
Oh, the bakers.
Yeah, the baker. Yeah. So you turn it on, psychologically you're being rejected behind. So what I liked, back to, I think there's always a thing of that God doesn't accept you for being gay. And I completely disagree with that.
Right.
Completely. So that is what I would say, which you just actually said regarding, religion loaded to people who think, why would I need God if it's what's that word you said?
Antithetical.
Antithetical. Very good. So what I'm trying to say is that my heart is that they go to God instead of drugs, alcohol, sex. If that's something that they want to do. Now, I know we can get on the topic of, having a great body is not bad. Of course it's not. I'm just saying, when you are getting an eating disorder, when you're taking extreme drugs to get that body, when you're going out every night to drink, if there's a void, you can go to God. God accepts you. Spirituality.
Right. I think also what you're sort of hinting at or moving towards is a larger theory that people need to realize that there's something more important or larger than themselves. You know what I mean? I think a lot of gay individuals, but not just gay individuals, a lot of people of a younger generation sort of think the world revolves around them, and they prioritize all of their own interests.
Did you say
first.
Gays or younger generation? I think
both.
I think that's just
both.
In your youth, you're like that.
Right. And so I'm saying ultimately, I think what spirituality ultimately does is the realization that there is a higher power, right?
Yeah.
Or the acknowledgement that could exist, then is a possible thought process that...
It's not a thought, though. That's the thing. You just said, to me, thought process is the opposite of spirituality.
No. I'm saying a thought process in conjunction with spirituality, together, hand in hand.
Okay, I mean, but
a hand from God down to with
I
your
think
hands
sometimes
also.
our thoughts can take us away from God. So that's why I say, if you know, when people have, I mean, I was working with Orlando survivor on a project, and
Okay.
he had a moment with God when he was after he had been shot. So their moments are not necessarily things, but that's the whole point, is to know that that feeling you get by drinking and drugs, and it sounds super cliche, but you know, I do believe when you open your heart and you're in that space, you can get that same feeling. And
in return.
yeah,
Right, because what you put out into the world is often what you'll get back.
yeah,
Sent
you
to
know,
you.
and I think
Look at me, I'm very spiritual. That was a very religious thing.
I like it. I'm seeing a serious.
A nice fortune cookie.
I am seeing a serious side of you. I like it.
Good. You have your contact lenses in, that's why.
But you know, the whole.
Joke.
I know. I missed it. There you go. That's all you're gonna get today.
I'll take it. I'll take it where I could get it.
But I do have these
Well,
books.
and before we get to that, just I was going to ask you, what has been your feedback to your Instagram page? Like, are you getting followers who are sending you messages saying that they're glad
example,
someone's out there like you who's spreading a message of warmth and acceptance?
To be positive, like today I got something that said, as a gay man living in the South and as a gay man who openly expresses his faith, this account is amazing and helps me so much. You have no idea. Please keep this up. So I've had people that are confused because they believe in God and Jesus. You know, I'm a Christian, and they are gay, and you know, I direct them to gay churches. There's a lot of gay churches. There's also these books where, like I said, you know, this is a popular book. Can I see that?
Maybe. We'll read it.
Well, it says what the Bible really says about homosexuality. So there's that. There's this God and the Gay Christian. You know, if you are. Oh.
Yeah, we see.
Okay,
we
there we
see
go. You know, another thing too is I'm not here to
Convert.
debate, meaning convert, debate about scripture and all that, because that gets real. It's all what you believe, and that gets real. We can argue anything. That's where religion is like politics. You can argue anything, and really you're just trying to make something.
Well, not to debate you briefly, but I mean, ultimately, that's why, to me, just as in politics, we're not going to debate politics, but as in politics, I think there's no one truth about anything. I personally think. Some people think that's a controversial opinion, actually, but that's my belief, that you can argue anything on any given day, any one side could be right or wrong on any issue, that there is no 100% truth. So to me, the same would apply, or at least from my perception, in religion. And I think why some people might have a criticism of Christianity, or possibly any religion that's so dogmatic, is that a lot of times religions at least put on the image that what they say is the only truth out there, and all other religions or spiritual beliefs counter to that are false. So if you're a gay person looking at religious and views, and there's certain things within that say homosexuality is a sin, then maybe the gay people think, why, if the church is so adamant about that one position.
That's not. Well, first of all,
Right. So correct me.
It's usually one. It's a
so
denomination.
so if
there's Christian churches that don't believe in that are denominations, that it is a sin, and that word homosexuality wasn't even around when they were writing the scriptures, but.
Because I'm saying,
but I always say this.
What if you're an open-minded person who says, yes, John, everything you're saying is amazing, but I can't get over the hump that even some sects of your religion say homosexuality is a sin. So why not find my spirituality in?
I love that. That word homosexuality always makes me want to laugh. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought you said once to make you get.
Not you. The word.
Oh, yes. So how do you combat that person who comes up to you and says, John, everything you're saying is spectacular, but there's parts of religion which you're turning a blind eye to. Even now you just said, well, that's not all of Christianity, that's only certain parts. So if I'm just to play devil's advocate, why the devil? Why jump on board any of this when even certain members of a religion think it's evil to do the homosexual
I would say
acts?
focus on Jesus. That's what I do.
Okay.
And the Spirit. Jesus never said it was wrong. I mean, he never said it was wrong. Meaning in the scriptures. And
Maybe he was never asked.
well, true. Exactly.
Okay.
So maybe he didn't want to speak about it. Maybe,
Okay.
the whole point is focus on, there was a bumper sticker I saw once. It said, God, please save me from your followers. And it's something that I also get a lot of hate on my messages. I get, not the devil's advocate, I get the devil, and it's usually coming from Christians.
Well, it's funny you say that because it has that same parallel to the just political world. Muslim, it's not Islam that's evil. It's the terrorists who have perverted the meaning of the Quran for evil purposes. So similarly, that's a good counter. Look at this. I'm putting another bow in your arrow for fighting off these people who say, like you said, it's not Christianity saying, it's not the source of Christianity that's saying homosexuality is a sin.
Sometimes it is.
Okay.
No,
I was trying to help you.
No.
here.
Oh, you're saying meaning Jesus. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
It's not I'm saying Jesus is the source of Christianity, as far as I.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where it can get like
and then
this.
it's the followers,
and this is not why I did
and it's
it.
the followers who've perverted his meaning, his intent of tolerance.
Usually, the people that come to me or come to the Instagram Gayinspire for help or for guidance, they believe in Jesus and they feel like they have to pick either God or being gay.
Okay.
And there's a new movie coming out called
I'm glad I was gonna. Yes.
Boy Erased.
Boy Erased.
Erased with Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe. And it's about conversion therapy and, when you are a young gay man and you love your parents and love God, coming out can be a really hard thing. And so they feel they have to choose. Where I'm saying you don't. There's other ways. You can, not other ways, but there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being gay. It's fine. I'm gay.
Well, that's why they're
I don't have
saying-
any. Now this is another thing too. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is a talk show. I talk and you talk.
Right, and so you were worried about running out of things to say. We only have 10 minutes left because you don't shut up. I kid. You're a great guest. He's spectacular, very informative, and educational.
Thank you. 30 years of doing this.
Yeah.
Well, of studying.
Fair enough. I was going to say, though, why I think this movie is good and be good, or Boy Erased, which I'm curious about if you have a similar goal with your Instagram following, is that I think this movie is going to reach people who weren't necessarily aware of the ongoing issues still that a lot of gay people...
It still is. There is still... I know a couple gay people who, unfortunately, as we speak right now, are being... And I don't want to go into that, but definitely are in that world. So it's very sad of...
Right, so is your goal or maybe is your goal an attempt to bridge the divide and help make religion more tolerant of gay people?
Not really. My goal is to get you to have a relationship with your spirit inside.
Okay, but do you think what I said is a worthy goal or not a worthy goal?
It is a worthy goal. That's not my goal now.
That's not your goal. Okay.
Yeah, it might be in the future, but my goal. But I have been. That's come across to me since opening this Instagram page up regarding that, and it is something that I think that will be more on topic. It's still legal in some states, and churches, God please save me from your followers, are the ones that are endorsing this.
Endorsing what?
Conversion therapy.
Endorsing conversion therapy.
So some, not all of them. And I don't.
Well, I did a little research, and it turns out conversion therapy is still legal in 36 states. So this movie might start a trend, and when I say conversion therapy, it's conversion therapy of minors that should be illegal. If you're an older person...
I think it should be legal regardless, but that's a whole other topic.
Well, I don't think that
and I
could
know
be the
that you
case,
probably wouldn't.
because I think that would be a weird world we'd live in if you would prevent... Because what's the difference between that and then trans surgeries?
Well, let's...
Okay, you don't want to go.
We're veering off
we're-
of track.
All right, we're getting a little.
So that's my.
But I'm just saying that. So to me, for where we are in agreement is that minors, the conversion therapy of minors, seems a bit
And this is
atrocious,
the-
and that this movie explores it. And why I think your Instagram is really great. Actually, I'm about to give you a compliment. Is I think it's what you're. I don't know if you realize this, but your audience is probably, I would expect,
Yes.
really young guys out there.
I mean, I don't know, but
Young people who are trying to make sense of the world they're living in, and they are possibly coming from a religious family, and they're possibly gay, and they're trying to put it all together. And you're a lifeboat out there as they're swimming in the endless abyss. This is a metaphor.
well, and I want people to. Yes, that too. I agree.
And you're throwing them a life preserver.
And I'm throwing people who. This is the thing with when you do choose. Let's say you do turn your back on God, like a lot of people have because of this, growing up in that environment. You start to go down drugs. You start to go down lots of sex.
You start
alcohol.
to go down on guys.
Yeah, which
You-
is
you go
there's nothing
down.
wrong with that. I mean, I'm just saying what happens is you come. What happens is there's. I'm not saying I think you and I can agree drugs are bad, right?
Oh, I personally think they're horrible, but
Okay.
But people have actually told me. I mean, this is a total different tangent, but I mean, I like drinking, but people are like,
But you would say if you're an alcoholic, you would say, or if someone was alcoholic, you would say, you know what, you probably should get help. You're an alcoholic.
People tell me that all the time, actually.
Oh God. My whole thing is that I'm just trying to say
Sorry.
sometimes there's a lot of residue of guilt,
Yes.
and that's how those churches get the gay guys to switch, because they say, look what you did. You did this. You did that. You had tons of partners. You went through the slutty stage in college. You were an alcoholic. So there's a lot of guilt there. That has nothing to do with being gay. That has to do with unhealthy choices.
Right.
So that's too what I'm trying to say is what they do is they exploit these people
Don't.
and take advantage of them.
Okay, and to put the shoe on the other foot for a hot
Oh my
second.
God, 6 minutes. That was good.
To put the shoe on the other foot, this is a little controversial, but I propose to you, I don't know if I like this thought, but I think in the coming years, the animosity towards gay people from the religious right has actually been tamped down severely.
Okay.
Where I actually am
disagree.
scared, I mean, it's not non-existence, it still exists, but and you're not going to agree with this at all, but I'm telling you, where I see it going is I see a backlash from gay people towards the religion. That's why I love what you're doing, because I think we need everyone to come together. Religious people, gay people, everyone should be together and happy, not violent in either direction. But I see a scary to me anyway, amount of gay backlash towards religious people.
Yeah, and and I feel bad too because I just said, God, please, save me from your followers. So I think that I'm kind of chiming into that as well too.
Right, you're jumping in the middle.
Yeah, and so sometimes it's hard to.
But do you see that also? I guess is my larger question. Like I think I don't hear the religious people calling gay people evil anymore. You know what I mean?
don't
I
hear-
think
wait.
I don't hear religious people calling gay people evil.
To their face.
I think that the worst I hear from religious people is that they don't want gay people to get married, but I never hear them say they're evil. I hear plenty of people, not just gay, but not to get political, but just on the left side of things, calling religious people, Republicans, evil.
Yeah.
And so to me, that seems like a scary trend we're moving towards, and why I ultimately love what you're doing is I think you're just trying to turn down the temperature on hate between people and bring people together to sing "Kumbaya, my lord."
Well,
Is that
and
a
what
saying?
did I say? To have a relationship with what? Your spirit.
With spirit. And if everybody has
Because
a
I do think that is more powerful than your thoughts. That's more powerful than, that's where creative comes from. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's something where to get, and so people know they don't, again, I just think there's a little bit of I want to add that to the pool
Cauldron.
of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think also here, you're going to love this. I'm about to say something profound. So sit down. You're sitting down. Okay, I think an absence of spirituality in people allows people to dehumanize their enemies, people they disagree with. And I think by bringing, whether it's religion or a spiritual sense and a connection to one's spirit, I think that then helps people realize that people you disagree with are humans just like you, with their own spirit, and and that spirituality could establish a connection.
Yeah, I mean,
people.
it sounds correct. It sounds really. You're making it sound super easy.
Well, we only got 3 minutes left, so it's gotta be easy.
It's not always that easy. It's not always that easy, you know.
Right.
I mean, as the gay community, we get attacked. We've been bullied growing up. Most of us. I mean, I know I was.
Well, see, that's why ultimately.
To hold on one second. Let me finish that thought. So those people are. I'll take 15 seconds. So so to go to that place of, you know, loving your enemies, or, you know, it takes work. It's not easy. It's not like, oh, I'm not that kind of person that is like this. I mean, like I said, that's not my thing. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. I'm not I'm just here to say you can be a gay man and you can have a relationship with God, and it can help you a lot. It's helped me a lot.
The audience agrees.
Okay.
Well, see, I'm just saying I hope that realization that's set in for you, and with your followers also, that will set in and then make them realize that even people who have bullied them in the past, that there could be a Kumbaya moment.
Yeah, or you turn the news on. I mean,
and turn the other cheek.
You can get bullied or attacked as an adult. So yes, I agree.
Right.
And you know
but
what?
I think that's ultimately what in today's trumped up America, well, where every night, like you said, you turn on the news and people, factions are warring against each other, verbally or otherwise. I think what you do is very noble and inspiring, and it helps encourage people out there to take a deep breath and
there you go, yeah.
Breathe out.
You were
and
in
look
the
above
moment.
and be a better person, ultimately.
At the end of the day, it's to be a better person, to be happier.
Be happier. I'm happy.
And more fulfilled.
I'm already too fulfilled. I'm at the brim. If I get any more fulfilled, I'll spill over.
I was going to have you close it out with the prayer.
Oh, we're going to close the prayer.
Yourself,
okay.
I don't know if that's
I'm
how
going to give a quick prayer. I'm going to say thank you so much to God, of course. No, don't. He knows I'm funny.
You can joke.
I know. God knows I'm funny. One of my jokes is that I love.
At least one person does.
A lot of people. Shut your mouth. A lot of people out there are atheists these days, but I love believing in God because I want a silent partner when I do everything in life. So when anything goes wrong, I can be like, "Damn you!"
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I'm kidding. He knows I'm joking. I should have had a better joke right now, so then I could be like, "Thanks for nothing, God." Very funny. All right, so I want to thank the lovely and talented Johnny for our crew members. We got Sav and Junior back there as well.
Thank you to the crew.
And Johnny running the show. We got a tight ship here. Yvette back in the stage as well. And the one and only John Corella, founder and innovator of Gayinspire. You can follow him on Instagram at Gayinspire. What else you got to say? Final word, John. Wrap it up.
Follow your spirit.
Follow your spirit. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.